Welcome to On the Edge. Today we have the incredible KC Sunshine from Kansas City. Known as the Midwest Michael Jackson, KC has dazzled audiences nationwide and appeared on America's Got Talent not once, not twice, 3 times. That's right, 3 times. With 30 years of dance experience in styles like ballet, jazz, and hip hop, he's also a model, an actor, an accomplished drag performer, and holds the title of Mr. Gay America 2022. Please welcome to the program, KC Sunshine. Hola, hola, baby, ¿qué tal?
Hey, ¿cómo estás? What's up, Darren? Good to see you.
Ah, it's so good to see you.
Yes, thank you for having me so much. I appreciate it.
Of course, of course. Well, we are coming up on Pride season. I'm going to get to that, but I want to start out with you. Being a cute little Latino, growing up in a Latino family environment, dance became a very important aspect to you. Some people don't know that you're actually trained in Mexican folk dancing. Let's talk a little bit about dance history for you and how the Latino culture instilled that in your presence.
Definitely. So I started when I was 4 years old, doing Mexican folklore dancing, and I always tell people I was the new kid in the neighborhood. My parents and I had just moved to Missouri, and my mom and dad always instilled a very strong sense of Mexican heritage and brown pride in us as kids. And so I always wanted to learn more about my culture. So they enrolled me in a dance group called El Grupo Atotonilco, which is right here in Kansas City. It's been going on for over 40 years now. We're actually going to celebrate our 40th anniversary this coming year. So it was really cool to get to know that side of my heritage, not just learning the language, but actually learning the history of the dance and to understand how music and the different cultures from around the world that have influenced the Mexican heritage, not just European, but the African culture as well, European and German culture. It was really amazing to not just get a sense of who I am, but the history of who my people are as Mexican and Mexican Americans. So it was wonderful. I loved it. I made my absolute best friends in the dance group to this day. We still keep in contact. The director is actually my godmother. And so it was always kind of a second family to me. And it became something that was truly life changing. The morals and the values of the discipline and the love of pride and culture that I got from the dance group. I mean, it went beyond just dancing on the dance floors and performing. It really did teach me kind of a lifestyle of pride.
That's amazing. So, did that, growing up learning the traditional Mexican folk dance, did that lead you into ballet and jazz and the other formats of physical dance?
Yes, I fell in love with dance. I fell in love with the stage, and I wanted to know more. You know, when it came to theater, I didn't care how it was. I wanted to be on stage. I wanted to perform, whether it was a background extra character in a play or whether it was, performing a dance solo. So, learning as I got older about, the dance community and what it would take to be a professional dancer, my theater teacher in high school was the first one who said, "Well, you're going to have to take ballet." So, as a sophomore, I had just come out and I knew that I wanted to pursue dance. So I contacted our school's theatrical choreographer who owned a dance studio. And I said, I would really love to take classes, but right now my family cannot afford. Is there a way that I can work at the studio? Is there some sort of scholarship? Can I do a work program? Because I really want to take these classes, but I was doing so many other extracurricular activities. I had two brothers who were also in extracurricular activities, and my parents were both teachers. So they didn't make like bukus of money. We were very well off middle class, but I also wanted to provide for myself and do that. So I was able to get a scholarship to take ballet and jazz classes at my studio here in Kansas City. And that opened up a whole nother world of discipline and muscle movements and a newfound love for even more types of dancing. And then that led me into doing hip hop. All my friends at school, I always hung out, kind of watched people do like street battles and break dancing. And it was actually through ballet that my hip hop skills improved because I learned so much about muscle control and muscle movements that my popping, my locking, my breaking became even better because I had that discipline of ballet.
Did that lead you into recreating Michael Jackson?
It did. I've always loved Michael Jackson ever since I was little. The first music video I ever saw was "Beat It," and I remember my dad putting it on, and I saw the red zipper jacket, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but this guy can move, and the beat was so cool. I loved it, and so I always grew up listening to Michael Jackson. My dad was a huge Motown lover, so Motown was always playing in our house, and my mom was a child of the '80s. So she always had '80s music. So Michael Jackson, the Jackson Five, like I always heard them in the house. And in 2009, after he passed, I was living in Houston and decided to enter an open drag competition and went in as a tribute artist without their hair and makeup, just like me and a couple outfits that I had put together. And the host, I came in second that week, and she said, "Come back next time and do a full Michael Jackson, not just a small little snippet, because when you did Michael Jackson, something happened to you on stage, and like it was a flame that just got lit as soon as you hit the dance floor for that 30 seconds of Michael Jackson." Came back the next week, next month, and won the competition. And from there, like it kind of snowballed, and I realized I had this passion not just for his music, but to give back as his performances did. And here I am, 15 years later, doing Michael Jackson. I've traveled the country, been blessed to grace stages with not only like drag performers, but prides and events, symphonies across the nation. So it's been a huge blessing. I never thought that one Beat It music video when I was 3 years old could lead to this love of Michael Jackson. Now that I'm 34 and still performing as him.
Incredible. That's amazing that, like, when you were just a wee little toddler, you're like, I'm going to do that.
I loved it. I did. I never thought, like I said, that it would lead to this, but I knew when my dad played that first music video, it was just anybody who we all know Michael Jackson, like his music, it hit you. But I think me, with someone who loved dance, it really hit me in a different way. My spirit, my heart, my body, and everything like that.
Well, and his dance moves were legendary and innovative for the time, and you picked up on those great. Now, it was the MJ performance that got you to America's Got Talent?
It was, yes. I've actually auditioned for America's Got Talent about 3 or 4 times, and the first time actually was as Michael Jackson in Houston, and that was an amazing experience. Got a lot of awesome exposure and really great connections that I made. The second time was a little more quiet. I didn't audition as Michael Jackson. I actually auditioned with my Mexican folklore dance group. We received a call from producers and did a private audition. That was pretty cool. But then the next 2 times was, again, Michael Jackson, and this time I came prepared. The first time I was kind of getting my feet wet, and then the second audition I actually brought extra wigs, extra costumes. I brought a duffel bag just in case, because you never know. And sure enough, the producers asked me as soon as they saw me, like, would you shoot more with us, background footage and filming over here in this area and be part of this group? Do you have any other outfits? And I was like, oh yeah, I do. I am prepared. What look would you like me to do? So it really allowed them to use me more. So instead of just walking in and being done with it in a couple hours, I was at the cattle call audition for about 9 hours, and my audition lasted about 30 minutes. But they wanted to film so much footage, and then I actually went back the next day and filmed more. They filmed me like putting makeup on and getting ready at my house and doing like that footage that we see at the beginning of people getting ready to audition. And so that was again an awesome experience. So they've been using that footage, and I've actually made 3 appearances as Michael Jackson on America's Got Talent because of it.
That's awesome. So that gave you a little bit of public forum, a little public space, a little audience. As you said, it gave you some new fan base and whatnot. You moved on and decided to kind of enter the realm of drag, but not necessarily as a female impersonator, but more so male drag, and went on to become Mr. Gay America 2022, which is congratulations. That's
Yeah.
amazing. How was that experience for you?
Life changing, really was amazing. I never thought that little old me, when I came out at 16, would be this national representative for this title. But it was really awesome. I'd been twice. 2001, I was top five, and I fell in love with it. And as soon as I came back home to Kansas City, I immediately that week began planning to go back. And after winning that title, wow, I spent every weekend last year traveling, performing, being present at fundraisers and events. So I didn't just use it. I didn't want to just use it as a way to perform and be on the stage. I actually wanted to make a statement and do outreach and community service with that title. So in addition to the awesome performances that I got to do, I made it a point to do a lot of youth work because I'm a teacher, and so education and youth are very important to me. So I use that title to bring light to the LGBTQ youth in Kansas City and anywhere I would go. If I could get to a community center, do some volunteer work, if I could get to a youth center and talk with the youth, anything I could do, so I wasn't just there to perform. And I also use that title also to raise $3,500 to go to HIV and AIDS awareness and funding that was donated back to the Kansas City AIDS Walk this year. And so all of my platforms really helped me use the title not just for myself, but we're here as a community and we have to work for each other. So Mr. Gay America and the Gay America system is first and foremost a community-based and community outreach system that seeks to better the community. And so I really wanted to embody that with that title.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations on that. That's just pretty spectacular.
Thank you.
Because I understand the pageant industry is it's a lot of step till you finally get there. So congratulations on that. That's amazing.
Thanks so much.
Well, Pride Month is upon us. Pride Month, LGBTQIA, LMNOP Month of Fabulousness is upon us.
Yes.
What are you excited about the most for Pride 2024?
So personally, I am excited to be staying at home. Because I am working for the Kansas City Pride Community Alliance that puts on our Pride this year. And so I've been really excited to be part of that group and give back more. I'm on the entertainment committee. So I'll be working backstage and wrangling entertainers and bands and singers and comedians and drag performers. Also helping out with our headliners this year. I'm really excited for that. But last year, Pride Month as Mr. Gay America was crazy hectic. I think I attended probably 6 or 7 prides across the nation. And so with that, when July hit, I was exhausted. So this year, I really wanted to make it a point to kind of focus my center and be here at home in Kansas City, so focus my energy on Pride and help Kansas City build up their Pride, as I did last year, but I was pulled so many different directions. So this year, just focusing on Kansas City Pride, being here, but celebrating with my community. I host here in Kansas City also, so one thing I try to say to everybody after my shows is, be a ray of sunshine in the world. And so hopefully by doing that during Pride, we can actually make that reality for some people and just spread sunshine and rainbows and just gayness and queerness all over. But really, I just want to be here for the community. That's what I'm excited for. It's always great to see people come out to the parades, the families, whether you be LGBTQ or whether you be an ally, just seeing camaraderie. With all the negativity that we have around our community right now in the public eye, it's great to showcase that positivity and that pride that we have. You
are such a delight, Casey. I've known you since you were probably 21?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a while. Trust me, it's been a while. So I can't believe how much you've flourished and grown, and you continue to do so, and you have such a huge career ahead of you still. So thank you. Thank you so much for coming on board and chatting with me today. If you guys want to find out a little bit more information or just follow KC on social media, Instagram is his best platform, and he's known as KC Sunshine MJ, as in Michael Jackson. Yes. Be sure and follow him and keep abreast as to what's going on with his career, because it is about to explode. Cedra, thank you so much for coming on The Edge today with me. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Darren. Thank you to The Edge. I appreciate everybody. Happy Pride Month.
Gracias. And for you, audience members, stay tuned for more exciting entertainment news programming from Edge Media Network. You can always check us out on our social platforms at edgemedianetwork.com, but for daily queer content, whether that be news, entertainment, thirst traps, and everything you need to know about the queer community in the United States, log on to edgemedianetwork.com. Until next time, thank you.